But they were there to put, it's just like Yahshua Messiah. So once you understand these principles as laid down in the scriptures, they're universally applied throughout. I don't care when you're talking about finance, I don't care when you're talking about education, I don't care when you're talking about medical. It's the same principles. Right. It's the same manifestation. You got righteousness and what? You got the truth, and somebody's there to do what? To oppose it. Now Newton's law says for what?
Every action is an equal and opposite.
For every action there's an equal and opposite what? Reaction. So if the truth is there, there's got to be a truth. Somebody, if you can opposite what? To oppose it. Exactly. Somebody got to be there to oppose the truth. That's right. See? And that's clearly what's happening. You clearly slip. I heard that. I said, this is something else. And this thing was taken, we're going to play a little bit more clip, but I just want you to hear that last 2 or 3 minutes to see, and this is all documentation. This ain't no fraud, no phony accusation or phony product that makes a claim that they're curing cancer. This is all documented by thousands of people, Don.
That's exactly right.
Dr. Leonardo, he was a cancer surgeon, and he used to go to Vienna every year for 2 months, special surgery. And he came to my clinic, and there were about 50 patients waiting. And he said, "Do you think you have a cure for cancer?" I said, "I'm way beyond thinking, I know." And he said, "I don't believe it." I said, "That's your privilege." So he asked if he could talk to the patients, and I told him yes. And he got so interested. Then I had 5 other doctors in examining patients. And he asked if he could go in with them and examine patients, and I told him he could. So then he told me, he said, "You have it." But he was rougher than that. He was a big, fluff fellow. He said, "But the medical profession will never let you."
Before the legislature in 1938 to determine Essiac's legal status.
There are all signatures of people who supported my work when I went before the legislature. I was trying to legalize my treatment, and the patients went out and got this petition plan, 55,000 times. And I went before the legislature, and I lost out by 3 votes.
Public outcry forced the establishment of a cancer commission to investigate herbal remedies. Essiac was the only one to have benefit admitted. The greatest majority of Green's evidence was rejected.
You see, they said the doctors upon me mistaken diagnosis.
Stop it right there. So if the doctors give it mistaken diagnosis, you got that many doctors give it mistaken diagnosis. Right. And they're supposed to be licensed.
That's right, that's right.
He's not wrong.
That's right.
We got most people running their practice there. They ain't qualified to teach. I'll make a patient, I'm just trying to get you to see it.
That's right.
If all of them, they talking about hundreds of doctors, they all misdiagnosed with a problem. I bet the rules is crazy. But they putting out doctors that can't properly diagnose a symptom.
You couldn't take a patient without the doctor's diagnosis. Right.
That's right. Now see, all these are qualifications. When we go through this, we'll go back into the scripture. This is the same thing that happened to the Messiah.
That's right.
As he was opposed by the scribes and what? Pharisees, and the religious teachers of this time. They said, "Where did you go? You ain't got no qualifications down here. Right. And you're curing on a Sunday and all this mess."
That's right.
Who do you think you are? Exactly. Talking about your father, my father once, so you got the same type of mentality. There's an operation. You have to see it's all a mystery when it is there to oppose the what? The truth. The truth. You have to see it. It's beyond a color. It's there to oppose the truth. Now, as it goes on, you're going to see what they did to this woman. It's going to be very interesting.
And that's why the patients thought they were cured. And the doctors, on the strength of that, refused to give a diagnosis anymore, because what was the use of them giving a diagnosis, and the Cancer Commission disputed it, saying that they were all the same diagnosis. It was impossible. So then I found that patients would come to me begging for treatments, and they say, well, you cured my mother, or you cured my father, brother, and they begged me to treat them. As long as I could, until we stopped the doctors from giving me diagnosis, and then I had to stop. And it's a sad thing when somebody comes and they have somebody that is ill with cancer and the medical profession can do nothing for them, and they beg me to treat them. It's a very, very sad thing to turn them away. And I had a nervous breakdown over that. I really had to stop.
And she said it got so bad, she did what? Because she didn't understand the mystery of what? Mystery of iniquity. So you come in here being naive, talking about what you going to help somebody. So wait a minute, what I'm saying. That's an honest intent. And I salute you for it. But I don't know how much fortitude that you have, and the adversaries that you're going to have to oppose you.
That's right.
And that's the problem. She said she literally had a nervous breakdown because she could not help her patients because the doctors had been, what's it called?
Refused to give a diagnosis.
Or the word had been put out of her.
That's right.
And we're going to go to you when the apostles healed this man that couldn't walk. And they were told not to what? Preach it. So you're opposing the mystery of what? Iniquity. When Yahshua Messiah he healed that man that was what? Blind. And they said, wait a minute, who healed you?
That's right.
And they said, what did you think about this man? He said, his one testimony, he's now blind and now what?
I see.
Their testimony was, now I had cancer and now I'm what?
I don't have it.
I'm healed. That's all they could say.
That's it.
But this man, I don't know.
But see, they refused to, like she said, they refused to accept. People say, with evidence, listen, I don't care how much evidence you have. A lot of people, the truth, the people unrighteous is not going to what? They're going to accept it. See, what you mean by, listen, there's many people that believe that Oswald shot JFK. We can't remember that. You brainwashed.
You can't do that.
See, a lot of people believe that the planes knocked down what? 9/11. A lot of people believe that Osama bin Laden is controlling the terrorists. And the other people, there's nothing you can do with it.
That's right.
They've been thoroughly brainwashed. They're deep into what? Mind control in the matrix. And this is what you have, in modern medicine, why people are being refusing to accept facts. And a lot of you can't accuse the doctors because they're not part of the problem because it's the institutions that have been taught that our powers are born above them. That's what we're going to talk about in just a moment. Go ahead.
I don't see how they can refrain from recognizing it, because if you have the proof, you have the diagnosis from the doctor, you have the pathological findings, and you find you have the living patient to show that they are still alive after the medical profession has given them up. And yet, they refuse to admit that it is a cure. I have to grind. I used to get them already ground wholesale, but I can't get it now, so I had to buy a grinder and grind myself. But I prepare everything myself. There are all the herbs and the way it's done. And then I give it to the doctors to use. I can't use it myself. I'm not allowed to. In fact, I'm still under police protection.
Okay, let's stop. Now, she said she was under police protection. Now, who's going to attack her? The healer.
The medical establishment.
They sent the police out there to do what? To prevent anybody from what?
Kill him.
No.
The
The healer. And they had the police there to tell her that she ain't doing no healing and you get away from it.
Right.
They were there, the police was there to prevent her from treating anybody. See, I tell you, what you're doing, if you're dealing with something that's pure what? Evil. You ain't no word to describe it. You can't fix it up. That's just what you're dealing with.
That's right.
And this is what's happening.
She still makes it and slips it out to the doctors that want to use it.
So what they were going to do, they was going to make sure she wasn't slipping around at night healing nobody. Exactly. That's what that was about.
Right.
Huh? That's what it was. You ain't going to know healing no more. Read. Stop it. Now it says she was under police protection. That wasn't protecting her. That was protecting her from doing what? Healing the people. They said, we're going to make sure nobody will sneak around here at night, knocking on your door. Get this medicine. We're going to put you in a house arrest. So they had the police there 24 hours to prevent her. She wasn't selling pot. She wasn't selling dope. She was just about righteousness. And there's the police there. That shows you how devilish these folks are. The system that you're in.
The point is she's still sneaking it out to the doctor.
Right.
For 50 years of it, not to know how to use it and how to make it and what strength to give and what not to give and so on.
Now all of this, and you talk to somebody about Essiac, that's what the hell you talking about.
That's right.
You talking about some reefer? Everybody think you talking about some reefer or something.
They can try some weed.
Yeah, some weed. I said, no, I'm talking about teeth. What kind of teeth you talking about? Listen, you better get your stuff straight. Because grandma, big mama got cancer. And you have to do something to offset a lot of those chemicals or to help. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Okay.
In my early days, people would come in and they'd say, oh, did you read in the paper so-and-so has found a cure for cancer? I'd say, more power to them. If they can cure cancer, let them go do it. There's lots of cancer to cure. I never felt any resentment for anybody that would even try to cure cancer. The Cancer Commission advertised in the papers that it was a non-tested treatment. That was when I got the offer to go to Boston.
After supervised clinical testing in Toronto and Chicago, Green consented, with feelings of redundancy, to further test in Boston. She worked alongside 18 doctors, one of them being Dr. Charles Brush.
About 20 years ago, 1958, here in this laboratory in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the Bruce Medical Center, Dr. McClure, an outstanding researcher and internist, gastroenterologist, undertook to study the effects of a drug or an herb called Essiac. This herb had been brought down here from Canada by Miss Case would show documentary evidence that it had helped many people. Our work here, we showed, we found to our benefits and to the benefit of the individual that it was non-toxic and did have effects and help in the treatment of cancer. And as a result of this, we recommend to Ms. Case that she go and further follow its research in an outstanding clinic that specializes in cancers as Sloan Kettering.
The Sloan Kettering Institute in New York is one of the foremost cancer centers in the United States. The Vice President and Associate Director is Dr. Chester Stock.
The results that I reported to Green Case were studies in sarcoma 180 in the mice in which we were looking not only for possible primary inhibition of the tumor, which did not occur, but also for regressions. And there was a very small percentage in a small group of regressions, but we never had the opportunity to confirm this and to see whether we could obtain better results.
it because, as they say, the government thought that it's toxic, or it has to be proved that it's not toxic.
At the dose levels that we used at the Sun Cutting Institute, we did not see any toxicity. I think if we had gone to higher doses, we very likely would have seen toxicity. But at the doses we did not see.
The name of the game, they said they use real low what? Doses. Then he turns around and the liar said, well, if we use higher doses, we would have got better results. The devil's always lying. That's right. That's right. Wait, let's not finish here.
Toxicity.
The emotional benefit is that an individual comes in and he finds out that his pain is lessened, or he finds out he's putting on a little weight, or finds out he has a little better appetite, and finds out that other people have been helped. He feels that he is on the road with getting somewhere. So he gets a better frame of mind, the family does with him, and his friends that something is being done.
I think we've taken the position that we still need better methods of treatment, better drugs, that we don't have enough information yet on just how to find this drug. And therefore we, through the years, tried to maintain a very open attitude about such materials and to test them. And sometimes we do find activity when we don't expect to find it.
I feel that if Essiac were used in conjunction with any therapy that is now being used, that would have a great deal more merit. And I know it would help a lot of people.
Ex-patients and supporters arrived in Bracebridge, Ontario. They came to help Green celebrate her 90th birthday. They have experienced the benefits of Essiac. Many of the people here feel they owe their life to Green.
That day in the hospital. She doesn't know me. Brenda. Outstanding contribution to all leaders of all people. Please accept my very best wishes for your health, dear
Well, this is a tremendous day for you. Before we go over Essiac, we find a much higher percentage. We find people that are sick and unable to eat, down mentally and physically, pick up under this drug.
Lord, I have given my life for it. I couldn't give any more than I asked. God's been good to let me live this long, to see it used. And used by people. If I had listened to the medical world, I would have distributed it to animals. But I wanted it for human beings.